Hey everybody, how you doing? Check out these articles here. I have a bunch of very, very interesting news having to do with Mr. Bill Gates. But let's start here. Okay, this was a mainstream story today in multiple, websites and papers, and it says about 70,000 lives could be saved in the near future if people wear masks. Says, of course, they're science, right? They're researchers. Says, the U.S. could save nearly 70,000 lives by December if the country implements universal mask mandates, according to the projection by University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. Researchers from the institute also found that an estimated 134,000 people could die in the U.S. from CV19 by December if the country takes no further safety measures. Lockdown? No further measures? Yeah, sounds like lockdown. The number, they said, could worsen if mandates are relaxed. It says the U.S. has reported 5.6 million cases and more than 176,000 people have died from the virus as of Saturday night, according to a count by Johns Hopkins University. IHME, that if the U.S. keeps mandates as is, the death rates would dip in September, then rise in the fall, and the total would reach about 310,000 by December 1st. This is the part why I made this video on and put this article in here. They say that the death rates would, if we keep everything where it is, as is, the death rates would dip in September. Then they would rise when? In the fall. This is what we've been talking about, right? We knew that this fall is when they're going to push this. This has to do with the flu and other sicknesses that people are going to have, where they can actually use and say, look at all the sick people. They have CV, right? I mean, look how perfect that is. Dip in September, then rise in the fall. What do you know, right? It goes on to say, however, a federal universal mask mandate before the fall is highly unlikely, and President Trump has expressed support for reopening businesses and schools. Says public health officials have changed course on the recommendations for face masks as scientists learn more about how the virus spreads. Yeah, of course they've changed their course. They've done this about 1,000 times back and forth. In July, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommended that everyone should wear a cloth face cover when they have to go out in public, for example, to the grocery store or to pick up their necessities. The guideline came after several studies showed universal mask wearing could effectively contain the virus. Why don't they have asterisks in here? Why, for these, these studies? Why aren't you linking them? Maybe because we all know that they are just complete, made up. They're just lies. They're not the truth. Okay? So, what are they going to do? We have to wear a mask until what, right? Until they get a vax. That's what they keep saying. We have to do social distancing, wearing masks until we get a vax. Okay? So, this is what they want then right here. 170 different vaxes. Can you believe that? Already testing in thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And check out how evil Bill Gates really is. This is him from TED Talks.
For example, there's more money put into baldness drugs than are put into malaria. Now, baldness it's a terrible thing. And rich men are afflicted. And so that's why that priority has been set. But malaria, even the million deaths a year caused by malaria greatly understate its impact. Over 200 million people at any one time are suffering from it. It means that you can't get the economies in these areas going because it holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience. Those mosquitoes are not infected. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
How disgusting was that? Oh, not only the poor shouldn't be the only ones that should be able to experience this. Really? And they all laugh? That is how sick everything is right now. And guess how he is? One of the ways that he's trying to get that vax into you. Yeah, this is how they're trying. Mosquitoes are a new syringe. Seattle lab nibbles at a malaria vax. Look at this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll leave the link in the description. But we're going to get to some important parts right here. He says, so CAPE and his colleagues have to use mosquitoes instead of syringes to inject the weakened parasite into the volunteers. They literally are using genetically modified mosquitoes to inject the parasites into these volunteers, to inject their so-called vax into us, into these volunteers at the time of this. Okay? Well, who's behind this study? What do you know, right? The research was originally founded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which ended its support after early volunteer got infected. Oh, okay, so yeah, look at how they put that in there, like Bill Gates cares about people, right? Yeah, right. Look at, with a vision of eradicating malaria by 2040, the Gates Foundation is bankrolling research on new drugs, new diagnostics, new mosquito killers, and vaxes, said the Deputy Director for Malaria, Bruno Moonen. Okay, so what do you know? They're another one of their 6 schemes that they are building up and have been prepping and planning for years. We showed this in the video that I released earlier today. They have been going step by step, releasing these genetically modified mosquitoes, right? So do you think that it's a coincidence now, when they are ready and pushing this vax more than ever, that they might do something like this? Release 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes? Yeah, in the Florida Keys? Oh yeah, and is that just to go, like they say, and to help Zika and West Nile, and to help, kill those mosquitoes so they stop spreading it? Or maybe they're going to do one of 2 things. Spread a disease that is actually extremely deadly and people will die that way. Or is this going to be put out because they know a lot of us, you and I, will not be taking their vax willingly? This is a perfect way for them to literally inject their vax into everyone. You have to see the writing on the wall. These are step-by-step plans, and we are literally getting to the end of their playbook. Please share this information. Protect your family. Make a plan. They are talking about this fall being so bad. We know we're going to get locked down. We know how bad this fall could be, and this winter will be. So please prepare now. Pray against this, this evil that just is, it's just coming out every single day out of the depths. It's just, some of it's hell on earth a lot here. The wildfires, these modified 2 storms that are coming into the Gulf. It's just one thing after another. So please prepare, make a plan with your family, tell your family you love them, and no panic, no fear. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.